What's up everybody, OJ here. Welcome back to another video. Today we've got some awesome information for you guys, so let's go ahead and get right into it. And we are starting off with a big one here, guys, and that is a brand new Monster Hunter game for the Nintendo Switch. Now apparently this would not be a Monster Hunter Stories or a Monster Hunter Frontier or some type of re-release Generations Double Cross 2 or port Monster Hunter 4 or something like that. It'd actually be a brand new game, brand new Monster Hunter for the Switch. So let's go ahead and get into this topic here. Now, according to a Capcom insider, his name is Dusk Golem. Some of you guys might have heard about him, who has claimed that the game, the Monster Hunter game, is being developed using a Switch-compatible version of the RE engine as opposed to the older MT framework engine used for recent series entries, which include Monster Hunter World that does use the MT framework. So if this rumor is true, they're adapting some type of RE engine for the Switch, which we don't know as of this point is even on the Switch with the RE engine. Now, he does say one more thing here for those who are thinking, oh, wait a minute, now that means Resident Evil is coming over in terms of like Resident Evil 7 and 8 and RE2 Remake and RE3. Well, that doesn't seem to be happening. According to Dusk Golem, he has this to say, quote, "I will crush one dream with my RE engine on Switch talk," Dusk Golem added. RE7, RE2, and RE3 aren't coming to Switch. They tried to port RE7 to the Switch for a while one time, but had difficulty getting any satisfactory result. RE engine games for Switch will need to be made with the Switch in mind. So here's what I'm guessing with this. This is a two-tiered type of thing here, and there is a little bit of, I would say, backing to what he's saying here, because during a shareholders meeting, they did say that they have no plans on bringing Monster Hunter World to the Nintendo Switch, but they do plan on potentially bringing a new Monster Hunter game to the Nintendo Switch. They said at the shareholders meeting, "We are looking into more development of Monster Hunter games. Hopefully you look forward to what the future brings when it comes to Switch." So once again, this is a little bit of a multi-tiered type of layers here, right? With the RE engine stuff adaptable for the Switch, and then also Monster Hunter. So let's first start off with Monster Hunter, then we'll kind of start or get into the RE engine. So once again, this is hypothetically speaking, this is based off of rumor. There is no confirmation of this, but I've been talking about there potentially being a Monster Hunter game made with the Switch in mind for quite some time now. And I think that based off of the sales of Monster Hunter Double Cross and how good that game did, it being an older port of a game that we already got on 3DS, I think it would obviously be in Capcom's best interest to have a version of Monster Hunter that players can go out there and play. Now, once again, I don't think it's a Stories or a type of thing like that, but you never know when it comes to Capcom, right? It could be multiple games. It could be Monster Hunter Stories 2 or a port of Monster Hunter Stories, and then also it could be a brand new Monster Hunter game. And I'm guessing that it would be a brand new Monster Hunter game that has Switch players in mind, maybe even some more of the core gamers who love the original type of Monster Hunter games or the more advanced and adept Monster Hunter games, because Monster Hunter World is more of an introduction for newer players out there, yet still being very enjoyable. So maybe this game kind of ties into what they're trying to do with like Monster Hunter Generations and Double Cross and all of that. So I could potentially see that being a thing. Now, the rumor did also state that it's going to be announced soon. So we have TGS coming up, which we're going to talk about that in just a bit with some other games. And also, there's been talks about these new partner showcases. We got Shin Megami Tensei 5 and Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne, so maybe there could be a Monster Hunter game announced at a partner showcase as well. So we're going to have to wait and see on Monster Hunter, but I do feel confident that there will be some type of major or new Monster Hunter game on the Nintendo Switch. Obviously, you look at Japan, you look at the sales of the system, you look at what's just going on, the Switch is just blowing up, and now would be a great time to talk about Monster Hunter for the Switch. Now, next up, the RE engine potentially being adapted, or an RE engine Switch compatible. I think that they're probably looking at that going forward. Obviously, you have the older titles which weren't made in mind for the Switch. They were made in mind for x86, large amount of download space that you need on a hard drive and all of that. So I'm guessing that if Capcom wants to make a unique Resident Evil title, or if they want to make new titles going forward for the Switch, they would use this if this RE engine compatible Switch type of deal is correct. Now remember, it's not the same RE engine apparently that's on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. It was one that was custom made for the Nintendo Switch. So I think that's a bit different than what maybe Unreal has. Now you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but that's kind of how I'm interpreting things here based off of this rumor. So I think that's good too. Obviously Resident Evil has sold extremely well on the Nintendo Switch, between Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2 and the old school games, and Resident Evil 4, 5, and 6. There's so many Resident Evil games on the Switch, and they've done really well. So I can see Capcom doing that too, making an RE engine type of Switch thing to where they can get the best graphics in terms of what the Switch can do. So we're gonna have to wait and see on that. But this is all hypotheticals. It is rumor, guys. This is video game discussion. Don't take it as fact, or I'm trying to push this to be real. We're just discussing games here and what the potential possibilities can be based off of the rumors out there. So what are you guys' thoughts on all this? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the next topic here, guys. It looks like we could potentially be getting some Mario action this week. There are a lot of hints that have been thrown out from here and there, some big channels, some smaller channels, some areas that I might associate with, that we could see the Mario remasters or Mario collection ports, whatever you want to call them, revealed for Mario's 35th anniversary this week or very soon. Now, the particular rumor is that it's going to be revealed this week. Nintendo has something, but the style in terms of how Nintendo's going to reveal it is not known. Is it going to be a direct announcement? I don't know about that. Is it going to be a Nintendo Mini? It could be. Could it be a Nintendo Mario focused Nintendo Direct? I mean, it could be that. Could it be a Twitter drop? Yes, it could just be that, a Twitter drop. Now, what I've heard is that there's definitely going to be some type of announcement at some point in September. So that's kind of what I'm going with. So maybe it's this week, maybe it's next week. It seems like Nintendo hears one thing in terms of what people are saying, or YouTubers, content creators, insiders, whatever you want to label, and then all of a sudden they say, oh yeah, you think it's going to be that day? Oh, well, how about this day? You know, so it seems like they change it. So if you're watching this and it's already been announced, or they changed the date, or something happens, I can just sit there and say, hey, look, I told you so. Nintendo's kind of crazy when it comes to that. So do not shoot the messenger in this point. But I do think that the Mario collection stuff is real. A lot of people have asked me on my live streams, hey, do you even think this is real? I'm like, yeah, I think this is real. Mario's 35th anniversary. You've got to do something to celebrate that. It's been light in the second half for the Switch in terms of releases here. So I do feel that Nintendo's going to ramp up a couple different things here. The coronavirus pandemic definitely affected quite a number of releases, but I still feel that there are some tricks up Nintendo's sleeve, and this would be one of them, because Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Galaxy all in one package, if that's $60, man, people are just going to go out there and buy it in droves. So I do feel that Nintendo could be doing that. Now, whether it's revealed this week or not, we're going to have to wait and see, or we might already know based on when you're watching this video, but I do feel that they are real. And I think that's the most important thing. Like, is this Mario collection something that's even going to happen? I do believe so. But once again, we're going to have to see. So what do you guys think about a potential Mario collection being announced very soon? Or is it already announced? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the final topic here, guys. We've got some secret games that are going to be announced by Koei Tecmo at this year's Tokyo Game Show 2020 online. So this might be something that I talk about quite a bit during my live streams, so make sure you guys come out to my live streams pretty much every single day, right around 1:30 p.m. PT / 4:30 p.m. ET. I do stream right here on PlayerEssence, so I'm definitely going to talk about this more on my live streams, but Koei Tecmo has a number of games that are unannounced at this point. One of the biggest supporters of the Switch and one of the biggest supporters of multi-platform releases, which is why I love Koei Tecmo games. So, September 26th, Tokyo Game Show. Things are going to be going down. They've got Atelier Ryza 2, Lost Legend, and The Secret Fairy. They're going to be talking about that game first, live gameplay of it. And then also, there's going to be a Koei Tecmo 2 key titles special live stream part 2. You have an unannounced title. Details will be announced at a later date. So there's going to be something that we don't know about there, which is really cool, right? This year's been a little bit light on surprises here. Now, however, it doesn't just stop right there, guys. We've got a bit more. So on September 27th, you have the Dynasty Warriors 20th anniversary live stream, a live stream to commemorate the 20th anniversary of the Dynasty Warriors series. I look back on the series so far, as well as a sad introduction to the anniversary commemoration plans, the announcement of 2 new titles in the Dynasty Warriors series, and more. So the Dynasty Warriors games are interesting because I don't like the original Dynasty Warriors games. Like, those are just kind of like for me, you know, when it comes down to it. But the themed Dynasty Warriors games, so like Fire Emblem Warriors or like Hyrule Warriors, like, I love those games because I like how they're themed and they take elements from those games and those series that I love, the franchises that I love, then implement them into the action RPG, combat, hack and slash, whatever you want to call it, of the Dynasty Warriors franchise. So it doesn't seem so generic, in my opinion. So I've always been a big fan of the themed Dynasty Warriors style of games. So I'm looking forward to seeing those 2 new Dynasty Warriors franchise games. People talked about Xenoblade Warriors, like, yo, Nintendo needs to do Xenoblade Warriors, which I would absolutely love if they did that. If it was Xenoblade Warriors, I would lose it, but I don't know if it is that. But that'd be cool if it was. That would be really cool if it was. But the new unannounced game, I mean, people are talking maybe Ninja Gaiden makes a comeback here. That is a Koei Tecmo IP. We haven't seen Ryu Hayabusa in quite some time. There's been rumors potentially and just more like just speculation of him being in Super Smash Brothers. So maybe now might be the great time for a new Ninja Gaiden game along with Ryu Hayabusa in Smash as well. So we're gonna have to wait and see on all this, guys. Obviously, it's just speculation on that front. So of course, I'll be covering Tokyo Game Show and more information will become available once we get closer to Tokyo Game Show at the end of September here. So what do you guys think about all the different topics? I would love to hear what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Check out the links in the description. We've got Twitter. Go and give us a follow on there. Stay up to date on all latest gaming news and information. Also, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you can. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you for the next one. Peace.